Hi, this is Dale Guiducci with ERA Credit Services. In 1989, Stephen Covey wrote a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And that book sold millions of copies nationwide in multiple languages and really is a staple in any business or personal development library. Now, in that book, he talks about 7 habits that people need to develop to move themselves through 3 phases. First of all, from dependence to independence to then finally interdependence. And he talks about the importance of being interdependent on systems and other people to build a business, be successful, be effective. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about how we can take those same concepts and we can use them to learn how to build a very successful and effective credit repair business. I'll be right back. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Credit Repair Business Owners. I've taken a lot of the concepts that Stephen Covey wrote about back in 1989, and I've just transferred that to the credit repair business. And again, one thing that he talks about is going from dependence to independence to the ultimate goal of interdependence. And of course, what I'm going to do throughout this video is I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of the 7 habits of highly effective credit repair business owners. But if you stay tuned to the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a link where you can go and download the 17-page ebook that I wrote for you to read everything that I wrote about these 7 habits and going from that dependence to independence to interdependence to have a highly successful credit repair business. Robert Kiyosaki talks about the same concept, but in a different way. He talks about the fact that highly successful business people do 2 things. They create systems and they create networks. And when you create systems and networks, you do create that interdependence because now you have a system to rely on and you have a network to rely on, and not everything is about just what you can do. So let's get into the 7 habits. And again, this is just kind of an overview. If this is interesting to you and you find it of value, stay tuned to the end. I'm going to give you that link where you can go and download this. So habit number 1 is called begin with the end in mind. Before you design your business, envision your life 5 to 10 years down the road with your business. What does that look like? Are you enjoying time freedom? And are you producing the income that now allows you to enjoy that time that you have? Is that what's happening? Or are you tied to your business 7 days a week because there's no one else working on your business but you? You can't take any time off. If you do take time off, then your income declines because you're the only one generating that income. What I suggest that you do is take a notepad and pen, sit in some quiet space where you can really think and clearly define what you want your business to do for you instead of what you want to do for your business, right? What do you want that business to do for you? Because over the next 7 years, you'll need to have that vision in mind so that you're able to do what's necessary to make that business successful. So start with your end game in mind. What does that business look like 5 to 10 years down the road? Start there. Habit number 2 of the 7 habits of highly successful credit repair business owners, and that's to be an entrepreneur. Most people think that when they start their own business that they are an entrepreneur, but that's not necessarily so. If they run the business for themselves and by themselves, that's not really being an entrepreneur. That's being what's called a solopreneur. Why? Because they wear all the hats. They have no leverage really in their business to build it and develop that time freedom. Why? Because the business is dependent upon them. Now, the problem with being a solopreneur in the credit repair industry is that this industry is no longer suited for solopreneurs. It's no longer suited for that person that's going to sit in their home office especially if it's on a part-time basis, and just run their business all by themselves. There's too much work to do for one person to develop a large business. You've got marketing, sales, the delivery of the service to clients. There's just not enough hours in the day to grow the business large. Now, if someone just wants to earn some part-time income, make $300 to $500 a month as a side hustle kind of a thing, they could do that alone from their home. But to make a career out of it and to build leverage in your business so the business is growing with or without you, you just can't do it as a solopreneur in our industry. And the other thing is there's too much competition out there from large established companies that can charge lower fees and at the same time provide more services. So be an entrepreneur. Think about what it takes to become an entrepreneur and have that end in mind as well when you're planning out your business. Okay, habit number 3 of highly effective credit repair business owners. Be a great student. Be a great student. There's a lot to know about being in this industry. And I know a lot of people, want to find out about credit repair and law and all that, but there's a lot of aspects to the credit repair business, and you need to be very, very good at all of them to be a successful business owner. Now, one suggestion I have, and I talk about it in the ebook that you can download, is the best way is to go out and find yourself a mentor. Go out and find someone that's already built a highly successful business and is willing to spend time with you and share what they do. And there's ways to do that. In other words, you might say, well, why would someone that's already successful want to spend time with me? Get the ebook, go to the link that I've got at the end of this video, get the ebook and read about it, and I'll share with you how you can do that. Because most people that start a credit repair business want to know about credit repair law and how to remove negative items, draft dispute letters, surety bonds, all of that. And it's so, so important. And while all that's important, they don't think about how to run their business, how to get clients, how to communicate their value proposition to those clients. Why should those clients do business with them versus another company? How are they going to compete with that other company? How are they going to get credit reports, take credit cards? There's just so much to know. And that's why most credit repair businesses fail in their first year. In fact, the average credit repair business generates a little over $33,000 in revenue per year. That's not a lot of revenue if you think you've got expenses in there as well that need to come out. So you got to make sure you're doing things the right way. You got to make sure you're following somebody that has already done it successfully. Habit number 4 of highly effective credit repair business owners. Live outside the box. I know think outside the box is the common phrase. I think you need to live outside the box, because in order to develop that business that you want to help you get that lifestyle that we talked about that you're going to design from 5 to 10 years down the road, you can't use conventional thinking. Conventional thinking in this industry is going to lead you to failure. Now, the barriers to living outside the box are what you have to overcome, and those are typically past programming, in other words, your own past thoughts of how things should be, and fear of what other people are going to say. As long as we allow fears and other people's opinions and past programming and ideas that we've had from a long time ago to get in the way, we're going to live with limitations in what we can do in terms of developing a business and developing a life that's highly successful. So the credit repair business is very different today than it was 10 years ago. It's dramatically shifted away from large fees. I mean, there used to be a time when you could get $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per client for credit repair. Those days are long, long gone, because there's a lot of companies out there, big industries and laws that are pushing the industry to this in terms of small monthly fees. That means you have to create a volume of clients. You got to have a volume of clients. Right there, it changes things for people that want to do business all by themselves. How are you going to do everything yourself if you need to have a larger volume of clients? So you got to think with an open mind while planning your business, and find someone that can guide you and have a burning desire to succeed, because it may not be that easy. Okay, habit number 5. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. And here's why. The general public has a distrust in general about the credit repair industry. Of course, if you talk to anybody, they go, I've heard all kinds of stories. And of course, you go on the internet and you could read reports of companies being investigated, doing the wrong thing for its clients and so forth, and closing the doors, keeping their clients' money and all of that. And a lot of that comes from the past. A lot of that comes from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but that's what the general public is thinking. There's a general distrust and a lack of credibility that our industry has. So what I'm going to tell you is sell yourself. In some cases, the only thing you're offering to clients that's different than other companies is you. And people are going to buy from people that they trust and that they like. So they've got to get to know you. So how can you have people get to know you? How about you do YouTube videos, right? So people are getting to know me through my YouTube channel and calling me up and almost kind of thinking that they know me, and they kind of do a little bit, and it helps the conversation. So you want to do the same thing. Maybe you do the YouTube channel, but also what about doing Facebook Lives, right? That's a great way to get your personality out there, have people learn who you are, and develop that trust and credibility with people. Any kind of social media posting will help, pictures and things like that. Blogging is another thing that you can do to, obviously it's not pictures, but it's your words so that people can get an understanding of your concepts and ideas. And then what about business networking, getting out into your local community? So there's all kinds of ways that you can get people to know you, like you, trust you, and build credibility with them. But you need two things. You need to develop some skill. So communication skills, speaking skills, sometimes personality skills, writing skills if you're going to blog or do posting and so forth. That's number one. So you got to develop it. Like, not everybody is a natural at all that right away. And then second of all, you need what I call an I don't care attitude. Because you just got to put yourself out there and not worry about, again, what I said in the last habit, people judging you. You just got to put yourself out there and be you, be real, be authentic, and just know people are really going to appreciate that. So how do you have the determination to develop the skill and the I don't care attitude? It's all about why you're doing this business to begin with. Why are you starting a credit repair business? Why is that important? Is it important that you don't want to work for somebody else anymore and you want to have your own freedom and time freedom and call your own shots and plan your own future? How important is that to you? Is there some other reason? In other words, do you want to earn more income in your own business that you could earn at a job? And you want to utilize that income, I don't know, to put your kids through college maybe, or get your retirement squared away, or maybe retire your spouse. Maybe you want your spouse to not have to work anymore. How powerful is your why? Is it a powerful why? Is it an important why to you? Because you need to have that top of mind focus to go through what you're going to have to go through to build a successful business. Following up on habit number 5, habit number 6 is become a great communicator. You got to be a great communicator because everything you do, and you just need to know this, everything you do communicates. It communicates a message to people, your appearance, your personality, your verbal and nonverbal communication. Everything that you do or say communicates a message to people. So you must learn to communicate a message and do it very well. If you can't communicate value or confidence or knowledge or credibility to people, you're not going to get people to come to you or send their clients to you as well. So how are you going to become a great communicator? Well, by doing what most people won't do, what most people aren't willing to do, and that is study and practice. If you think about it, everything that you've become good at in your lifetime, didn't it take study and knowledge and then practice and practice and practice? Of course it did. Whatever you're going to communicate, whether you're speaking to client prospects on the phone or in person, or you're doing a video, or you're doing a presentation at a network meeting, maybe just exchanging business cards with people, it pays to practice. If you don't practice ahead of time, you'll end up practicing on real people, and sometimes that won't work out so well. Okay. Habit number 7, the last habit, be a professional. Be a professional. Whether your business is part-time or full-time, you have to do what professionals do. So what are some characteristics of a professional? Well, first of all, pros have coaches. Think about it. Actors that are highly paid, they still have coaches, right? Professional athletes have coaches. Highly successful business people in all kinds of industries, they have coaches and mentors as well. So you need to have a coach. Who are you learning the credit repair business from? Are you learning it from a company that's selling you software? right? Or are you learning from somebody that's in the field every single day, doing what you want to do and being very highly successful at it? That's the person you want to learn from. Pros have knowledge and they share that knowledge. Pros study and they practice and they get really, really good at what they do, and then they share that knowledge. Maya Angelou once said, when you learn, teach. When you learn, teach. And I found in my career in this industry and in business in general is when I went out and taught people, when I went out of my way to share what I know, I became way better at it. So when you teach, that's when you really have to up your game, because if you're going to teach somebody, you have to know what you're teaching them. And you really learn that subject matter to a very, very high degree. What's another attribute of professionals? Professionals are consistent. They don't stop and start and stop and start and stop and start all over again. Even if they only work 10 hours a week on their business, maybe it's going to be a part-time venture for you, you still have to be consistent with your time. You still have to give that consistent time each and every week on your business. Your business has to be a top priority in your life. It's a living thing. And just like any other living thing, if you don't pay attention to it every day, it's going to wither and die. So that's a brief explanation of the 7 habits of highly effective credit repair business owners. As I said, I've got an ebook. It's 17 pages long. It's free to you. You can go to the link that's appearing on your screen right now, or just click the link in the description. You don't have to give me your information. I'm not trying to fill up my sales funnel so I can hit you up with a bunch of emails. You're not going to get any emails from me. If you like what you see in this ebook, if it's of value to you, then perfect. If you want to reach out to me and learn what I do and learn about my coaching for many, many, many credit repair business owners out there, I'm happy to have that discussion with you, and you'll see the ways where you can set that up and do that right through the website. So click the link in the description, go to my website, download the 7 habits of highly effective credit repair business owners, give it a read. I know you're going to get a lot out of it, and if you want to contact me from there, you certainly can. So there you have it, the 7 habits of highly effective credit repair business owners. If you liked what you saw, click that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so that you get notified of the new videos that I come out with every single week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a lot out of it. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.